Hey there everybody. Changed the setup a bit and trying something new with some new gear. And I thought, why not start with a kick-ass bass lesson? And I'm not just going to do a bass lesson, this is going to be a choose your own adventure. The way I play it isn't the exact album style, it isn't a live style, it's the way I play it. I'll give you the options and you decide for yourself whatever you want to play. Let's go. Before we start, I'm holding this nice little Sandberg. If you see this knob down, you know we're in dropped D. So D, A, D, G. Let's go. Intro, very easy. It's a D power chord. And how do we play it? Open dropped D string, regular D on the A string, so that's the 5th fret, E on the D string, and below our E we have an A. Together. And really dig into that one. After that, it's the cowbell moment. We'll let the drummer shine and we'll keep it simple for ourselves. And we go for the open D and we go for a D sharp. So it's going to be you can even try to make it a nice little finger exercise. You go index finger, middle finger, index finger, and then on the A string you go middle finger, index finger, middle finger. So last time, just one D sharp and a quick stop. The verse part. And here we will start with our 2 options or more. The way you prefer is the right way. It's not mine, it's not, well, Tim Comfort of course has the right way, whatever he played it, but there's choices. I'm going to play it first in 2 different styles and then I'll explain what the difference is. Other way. The choice you have to make is whether you go for hammer-ons or whether you go for each note has to be accentuated. Yeah, accentuated. So what we play is open D to a C, to the D, to the F, to the F sharp. Let me start with that one. And you already hear something is missing there, so we go back to the D. And so the choice you have, if you go for a nice little finger placement, you go for the index finger on the C and the F. Your middle finger will hit the F sharp and you use your ring finger for the D. And that's what makes it easy for the hammer-on. So you can go. Same thing with the second part. It helps if you release, I shouldn't doubt myself, it's release the other fingers for extra strength in that hammer-on. So and to go on to the closing part of the verse. So what we do is a drop D to what is now an E, to an F back to our E. Or you go for accentuating every note. Two options again. Or at the end of the verses there's a bridge, and bridge is other way of playing it. The way I play it is I start with an open D to a C to a D, what's always right, and then I go for the 9, 8, 7, or in this case here being the B, the A sharp, and the A. And as the closing loop, I use the, well, closing loop, that's what I'm calling it. I use the F and the G, always hard with the open tuning, so it's the so da-di da-di dam tam, and da-di da-di dam tam is just switching between the F and the G. And the second time I go back to the open D. Other version to play it, and you can even mix it up, is again we start with the open D to the C to the D on the A string, and then we do our B, A sharp A on the 4th string. And normally I will always say go for the first 5 frets. Here I sin myself. You know it's an option, but do what you please. Second part is not using the F and the G, but actually the C and the D. So you get because that D goes into the refrain. If you want to mix it up, go for it. Works perfectly within the song. Even something as simple as the refrain, two options. Either you just go for the open D, or you could go for doubling down, or the double D as we call it, and that's the open and the closed D. You could even go back to that power chord of a D. I personally just go for the open D. In the second part of the refrain, we start on our closed D and we have two options on our final note. Either you go from D to F to G to C, or you go back to your F. the second time the verse comes around, there's a little bass loop in there, and it's just going for the same basic start. So, and then the little run is you go to the 10th fret and go for. So what we're playing there is G, G sharp, A, going one string below, so C, C sharp, D, going one down again, F. So in total you get. And you continue with the song. Now in the last part of the refrain, the F you, I won't do what you tell me. You know what I mean. You have two options. Either you go just for the D, and it's a lot of fast either picking, or if you're with your finger playing, it's a great one because it just. And you keep doing that one. And you let the Tom Morello next to you have all the glory. And let's face it, Tom Morello is a great guy and he deserves a lot of glory. Or you can double down on his lick and you mimic it. And then you go play something like this. Two options, either you go down the neck or you go down to the floor. The notes that you need to play are the D, over to the E, to the F, to the G, to the A. Are you getting where we're going with this? To the A sharp, to the C, and to the D. So. Okay, besides the bad slides, a nice technique you can do, because if you're going all the way up the scale and you only have 4 fingers, you start with the index finger, you put the middle finger down and you immediately replace it again by the index finger. So for the first, let's play the first 3, it would be. And that way you can go up as far as you want. And what I didn't point out, but once you reach the high D, you just do 4 glissandos and go. Basically, you're doing a whole octave in one slide from D to D. And well, if you can master that one as a last part, you've mastered the entire song. Good luck and go for it. Just in case, what I'm thinking now that I don't have any TGU18 videos anymore, to keep on releasing a video each Thursday, just a quick one and just a playthrough of whatever song either that was in a lesson before, or yeah, just me noodling around and playing a song for you guys. So if you want to hear the full version of this bass line, come back on Thursday. If you don't, well, see you on Monday, or again, you'll see me, I won't see you. Also, while I'm thinking of it, end of the contest to get Guy Pratt's signed autobiography is coming near. If you missed it, look at the video of the roundup, I'll say, of TGU18, the walk I did. Somewhere in there I explain what you need to do. And well, good luck and see you around.